clearly Pete Davidson is not okay. Even though Kanye West deleted his Instagram post, Pete is seeking out trauma therapy to help him cope with the negativity of Kanye's online bullying.
Pete Davidson is in trauma therapy after Kanye West's social media posts. E! News can confirm the SNL alum has sought the mental health care largely due to Kim Kardashian's ex targeting him on social platforms.
As you guys know, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson broke up after 9 months of dating. The reason they gave us for breaking up was because of their busy schedules, because it was difficult for them to make time for each other, which is insane to me because these are the richest people in the world pretty much, so they could fly wherever at any time on a private jet, but they couldn't make long distance work, which if they can't make long distance work, then there's no hope for the rest of us. An insider told People magazine that things heated up quickly in the beginning when Pete could travel back and forth to see Kim and spend time with her, but his schedule has gotten so packed. He is still super bummed about the breakup. They really hit it off and had a ton of fun together, but it feels like it ran its course. But let's get into this trauma therapy, because I feel like there's a good reason why he's seeking this therapy, because whatever online bullying he's experienced from Kanye has been extremely intense. You guys know that Kanye recently posted a fake headline claiming that Skeet Davidson had passed away. He also included a little caption about Kid Cudi, which I didn't know what it meant at that point, because it claimed that Kid Cudi was going to perform at his funeral but was scared of bottle throwers, and I guess there was an incident last month where Kid Cudi went out on stage and people threw bottles at him, and him and Kanye have some beef, so he was kind of dragging both at the same time. Like I mentioned earlier, the post that Kanye recently made has been deleted, but the damage is already done. There have been a string of online attacks aimed at Pete since the beginning of this year. Kanye has made several references to Pete's death, which I think is what's really rubbing people the wrong way, because it's like Kanye is really wishing death on this man. And supposedly Pete has been absent from social media because of these posts that Kanye have made. Let's briefly review some of the posts that Kanye has made about Pete because they are pretty intense. At one point, Kanye dropped a song called Easy where he talks about beating Pete's butt in some type of fist fight, I guess, over Kim.
It was the latest in a series of social media posts and comments targeting the comedian throughout his 9-month romance with Kanye's estranged wife. The Grammy winner previously rapped about beating Pete Davidson's ass in his track Easy and called him insulting names on social media.
At the end of the day, Kim is a grown woman and she could pick and choose who she wants to be with. So I think it's pretty unfair that Kanye takes it all out on Pete when he can't control Kim's feelings. Then there were a slew of Instagram posts where Kanye refers to Pete as trash and dickhead and even shares their text messages at some point. Throwback to when Kim called him out and texted him, "You're creating a dangerous and scary environment and someone will hurt Pete and this will all be your fault," which Kanye ended up posting this on Instagram. I think we all know that Kanye and Pete have mental health issues, but I think it's important to acknowledge these issues and then acknowledge that their behavior doesn't necessarily align with these issues. You can't use mental health as an excuse for bad behavior. When Kanye dropped the music video for Easy, he pretty much took Pete Davidson and took his life in the video, captured him and kidnapped him, and it's a really scary video to watch alone, and then you add the context that this is a real person, and then it becomes a straight up threat.
Don't interrupt just because it's no love.
That violent music video, it's Kanye's track with the game called Easy. And when it first dropped in March, Pete reportedly reached out to Ye to settle the beef.
So all of this has been super public, but there have been some private conversations which have been shared because Pete confronted Kanye privately, telling him to grow up. Of course, Kanye posted these messages and Pete talks about their children, and Kanye claims that he should never meet their children or be around their children, which that did happen. Pete spent time with their kids, and that's something Kanye did not approve of. But while we're reviewing history, I have to bring up that moment where Pete texted Kanye that he was in bed with his wife, with Kim, and he sent a selfie, which Kanye later shared. And I just think this text message right here is super savage, and Pete was defending himself. But really, after months of Kanye going at him, he's built a whole fan base of people who purposely hate Skeet Davidson.
Since deleted screenshots of the alleged convo between the two circulated online, Pete asking Kanye to calm down while praising Kim for being a great mother.
So now we learned that Pete Davidson is in trauma therapy, and it looks like he's been in therapy since the start of April, and it's all been because of Kanye's posts. I didn't really know much about this type of therapy, so I Googled it, and trauma-focused therapy is a specific approach to therapy that recognizes and emphasizes understanding how the traumatic experience impacts a person's mental, behavioral, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. What happens during trauma therapy? Well, in this type of therapy, mental health professionals will guide a patient as they talk through their problems, trauma, memory, and thoughts to help with a broad range of mental illness and emotional difficulties. So I would assume that they would go through his feelings in that moment when those are posted, how he dealt with it, and just really talk about it until he feels comfortable acknowledging the situation. But I do think it's interesting that we learn about this right during their breakup. Like, he's been going since April, but now we learn in August, and it seems like just a weird additional story to share. But I mean, I think it's important that he's open about his mental health, and honestly, I am worried about him, but I just don't know why they're releasing this now. I guess because of Kanye's latest post and it was his last straw. I mean, the relationship is over, so you think Kanye would stop, but who really knows, because Kanye's unpredictable. The attention and negativity coming from Kanye and his antics is a trigger for Pete, and he's had to seek out help. Supposedly, Pete has no regrets for dating Kim and wants to be made very clear that she's been nothing but supportive of him throughout their relationship. But now he's moving forward and he just wants to focus on his career. It does seem like Pete has a decent team around him if they are helping him find therapists and seek help like that, but I can't help but forget back in 2018 he wrote on his Instagram, "I really don't want to be on this earth anymore. I actually don't know how much longer I can last. All I've ever tried to do was help people." So he's had issues in the past, and I do worry about him because he's going through it right now with this breakup and all of the online hate.
Another source tells ET Pete is bummed things didn't work out with Kim, but he is focused on the future in terms of his career and personal life. In fact, he's been busy working in Australia filming his new movie Wizards. Check out his relaxed look on set, wearing a shirt that says, "I feel like."
It does look like Kim Kardashian is upset with Kanye West over his recent post, though, and I don't think deleting it's gonna make it any better. Honestly, Kanye seems like a nightmare to deal with. Imagine sharing children with him, but I think that Kim is just really off-put by how he's acted publicly. I mean, if he can go and do all of this publicly, imagine what he could do to her. So I would be kind of scared of Kanye because it seems like he will do whatever he wants, however he's feeling, and he doesn't really know how to deal with those emotions. He just lashes out on Instagram and hypes up his people, and I guess that makes him feel better. But I think this breakup is probably what's best for Kim. She could use some single time, and she's doing fine.
Told E! News, Kim is upset. Not only is she sad from the breakup, but this on top of it has tested her mentally. She is not okay with this type of behavior and won't tolerate her loved ones being treated like this.
Something I did want to mention, though, is it's so weird to me that people are already talking about Pete Davidson's next relationship. But you guys know he's been with Ariana Grande before and some big-time celebrity. Here are a couple of the tweets that I have seen out and about. Comment below if any of these stand out to you, or if you could see Pete Davidson with anyone else. But I think these two people could use some time to be single and to figure out who they really are. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's my email if you guys have any other video ideas for me, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.